Hey guys, this is my first video on YouTube, so we'll see how we go. Just like to share with you my V450D03 Walkera helicopter. As you people know that have these helicopters, that the Cyclic servos can fail on them, and tail servos and ESCs and little bits and pieces. Everyone knows what can go wrong with a helicopter, but anyway, I've had these Cyclic servos fail on me, so I've actually replaced mine with the servos one, SH0257MG. I'm just actually reading that off the little camera here through the camera, so hopefully that was right. I think yeah, it's right. Yeah, so I replaced them. There's a little bit of modification to be done to fit these little fellas in here. They're actually pretty good little servos, so and I've done probably 3 or 4 times as many flights as I did with the original one, and they're actually pretty good and pretty strong. There's not, you know, in here there's not that much movement in the gears or anything like that as well. So yeah, so I've replaced the three Cyclic ones, replaced it with an aftermarket DFC head that you can actually get from your hobby shop. Also replaced the rear servo. It's actually with a slightly smaller one, because I sort of found that I think these birds are a little bit tail heavy. You put a little bit bigger battery in the front there, and they're not so bad. And that's, you know, that smaller servo will definitely help for that little bit of extra weight you might be chasing to get off the tail. So, and also you can see that the mounting parts there for the servo, I've just changed them to aluminium. They're just readily available for sort of 450 size helicopters. All your tail boom and everything, let me move that out of the way, all your tail boom and everything like that is just a standard, still standard Walkera setup. I haven't done anything at all through the back there. I haven't even actually put bearings in the back there yet, but it's probably time I probably should, because it's hasn't got that much movement in there, but it's still pretty good. So it's time for me to put bearings all through it anyway. So I've probably done about 100 flights out of it. As you know, they do get a little bit of vibration in them. You know, that is from the bearings, and other blades aren't balanced and bits and pieces aren't balanced in them, and you do get a reverb on the ground rotating these. So it's probably the best idea to get them up into the air as quick as possible. I mean, most helicopters are like that, so that's what I found. So, you know, the people that are learning is a little bit harder, because you like them sitting on the ground there just to try and get the feel for them, if you know what I mean. So yeah, while you're looking at this here too, you can probably see that this is all back to front as well. Now the reason for that is, you know, normally this section of the antenna is coming straight out the back here, so that's actually turned around 180 degrees. Now the reason for that is these Cyclic servos that I did put in here from servos originally plug into the same areas into the receiver there. Obviously, you know, for your Aralone and elevators and stuff like that. But when I actually did the test on it to see if the gyro was actually working in the correct way, it was actually working backwards. So I thought, oh well, instead of changing it in my transmitter, because I'm actually only still pretty new at this, and this is like my first little helicopter I've got. So I thought, oh, I'll just turn that little unit around there, the little receiver and gyro around 180 degrees, and see if it works, and it does. And I've probably had 40 or 50 flights on this little bird now with all the modifications and everything I've done on it, and it flies quite well. So all the battery I'm using in it is just a Gens Ace 3 cell, obviously 11 volt 25C. 2200 there, the light comes off it, there we go. So, and I've got 4 of them in there. They're real good batteries. I haven't had one little bit of trouble with them. They, you know, you've got yourself a decent little balance charger, and they're good. So, but as you can see, the DFC head I've got on it here as well. So the old swash plate assembly, just change those three linkage balls out, screw them onto this one here, and basically away you go and adjust these up. And yeah, this DFC head, I did have a little bit of trouble with it. Originally when I bought it, it did have a fair bit of play in between. Just let me focus that there, if it will. Yeah, in between the silver rotating section and the main base plate here, the bearing in between there. that had a lot of up and down. This silver part moved up and down a lot, you know, twisted around in there a lot. So I had to pull it apart and modify it and Loctite it into its retaining spot. And also these have got two little bearings in each side here too, so you've got to be very careful that you Loctite them up and don't do them too tight, because you can actually do them up too tight and put too much pressure on them bearings and makes them very, very hard to move, and you'll probably destroy the bearings or damage the bearings. So after about 2 or 3 flights with this, I had a lot of movement in between where your blade grips go onto your main feathering shaft there as well. I had a lot of movement there, so I thought I'd pull it apart and have a bit of a look in there, and yeah, it was just, I had to put new shims down, but now it's as solid as rock, nice freely moving backwards and forwards. These here move quite easily up and down, obviously not on the helicopter itself because it's all joined up, so but when you're on your workbench. So let me just get rid of that battery for a second and I'll turn the helicopter around. And I've also replaced the ESC out there with a Hobby Wing Platinum Pro 40 amp, and that one works really good. It's programmable actually, so you can program it to have soft start or you know, there's a few other bits and pieces in there you can program too, but get program card with it and program it all up. Still got the original motor in it. That's still going strong for a little fella that it is. You know, I might change it out one day, but it's still going alright. So yeah, it's going fine. So also I've just got the blades there. They're from a line. So they're actually off the 450 Dominator 3S version, not the 6S. The 3S, because the 3S ones are slightly shorter than the 6S. So and these are actually slightly longer than the standard Walkera ones as well. Too, I have actually, I think I did mention that I've changed the tail servo out as well to a high-tech one. Put it on there too. So, but yeah, other than that, that's probably about it. So there you go, guys. And if you've got any questions, just send us a message and I'll get back to you and we'll go from there.